Hello friends. Today I am going to discuss about important points of object-oriented language, that is Java. First, I will discuss the points which I've already clarified in the previous session, and then I will explain the inheritance concept with examples. So let me list the points which I have already discussed. That is, all the codes in Java, it must be written inside a class. Then we have seen that class name must always start with an uppercase letter. Then we have seen the syntax for declaring class. That is, first access modifier, then class name, followed by opening and closing braces. Access modifier generally added in class is public. Now classes can be created automatically when we write a program. Who creates that class? That class is created by the system itself. And it can also be created by users. Now we know that classes creates object. So with the keyword new, this object can be created. Then after writing the program, we must save the program. So while saving, we have to give a file name. That name should match with the name of the class, and it should be followed by .java extension name. .java extension name indicates that it is a Java file. Now, let me explain you the terms inheritance. It is one of the four pillars of object-oriented programming. It is a technique of organizing information in a hierarchical form. Using inheritance, you can create a general class that defines common characteristics to a set of related items. This class can then be inherited by other more specific classes, each adding those things that are unique to it. So, in Java, the technique of creating a new class by using an existing class functionality is called inheritance. By the definition, it is quite clear that two classes are involved in inheritance. Yes, they are the parent class and child class. The class whose properties or fields and methods are inherited are called parent class. The other name of parent class is superclass or base class. The class that does the inheriting or which inherits the fields and methods of parent class is referred as subclass or child class or derived class or extended class. There are many benefits of inheritance. Let us see the benefits. First benefit is reuse of code. It is the mechanism which helps to reuse the codes and the methods of the existing class into new class. So inheritance allows an object to reuse the code of another object and also to add new codes for itself. Secondly, it organizes information in a hierarchical form. Thirdly, it reduces code duplication, resulting in reducing length of the code. Fourthly, we can increase the fields and methods in the subclass or derived class due to the existence of inheritance. Now, example of inheritance. Here, teacher is a class that is known as the parent class or the base class. In this diagram, the computer teacher is also a class which is the derived class. It derives the features, that is the fields and methods of the class teacher. So computer teacher is the child class and teacher is the base class. Now let us discuss the inheritance concept with a program. As we have seen from the diagram that teacher is the base class. So it has got two fields, that is designation and school name. Designation is what? The teacher. School name is what? ABC. And it has a method which is displaying teaching students. Similarly, it has another class, that is computer teacher. Computer teacher takes the fields as well as the method of the parent class teacher by the use of the word extends. So with the help of the extend keyword, the subclass gets the fields and methods of the parent class. The subclass has also a new field, that is main subject, which is computer. Now, under the main method, the computation goes and the detailed description will be provided to you in the next slides or in the next video, where I will explain the step by step of programming. Hence, the output of the program shows ABC. What is ABC? That is the name of the school. The designation is teacher. And subject is what? Computers, and method was teaching students. So the fields of the base class plus the methods of the base class plus the new fields of the subclass, all are present in the subclass. So this is the advantage of inheritance in OOPS. Then let me discuss about the types of inheritance. There are various types of inheritance. One such type is single inheritance. Here, a subclass is created from a single base class. Let me show you with the help of a diagram. Here, A is the base class and B is the derived class. B gets the fields and the methods of the class A. Now let me show you with the help of program. Here, public class employee. We know that employee is a class and that is public. It has a field known as salary. Similarly, programmer is a class. It has also a field known as bonus. But it also takes the field of its parent class, that is employee. That is, it also gets the field salary from the employee class by using the word extends. Extend is a keyword to get the fields and methods of the parent class. Now, in the main method, the computation takes place. The output of single inheritance are as follows. So, programmer's salary is so much. Bonus of programmer is 7,000. Means it takes the information from the base class as well as the derived class. Next comes hierarchical inheritance. In this inheritance, more than one derived classes are created from a single base class. So here the base class is one, but there are many derived classes. And further, child classes can act as a parent class for more than one child classes. So let me explain you with the help of a diagram. Here, A is the base class and B, C, D are child classes. So there are three derived classes and which are dependent on a single base class, that is A. Now let me show you a program of hierarchical inheritance. So class A, this is a class and it has a method which shows method of class A. Similarly, class B extends A. Extends with what? It takes the fields and method of the base class, that is A. So method is not a field but a method. So this method is taken by the class B. Class B is the derived class. Plus, it also has its own method, that is method B. So, class B has got two methods, that is method B and method A. Similarly, class C is also a derived class. it gets the method of class A, that is the base class. So it has two methods, that is the method of class A as well as its own method, that is method C. Similarly, class D is also a derived class. It takes the method of class A by the use of the extend keyword. Then it has its own method, that is method D. Here the computation takes place, and so all classes can access method of class A. So this is the output of hierarchical inheritance. So all the classes, subclasses or derived classes can access or can get the method of a hierarchical class. We can derive the methods and fields of the base class with the use of extend keyword. Extend keyword indicates that you are making a new class that derives from an existing class. It increases the functionality. Now I am going to discuss about another type of inheritance, that is multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, a derived class will inherit the fields and the methods of the base class and will also act as a base class to other class. Let me show you with the help of a diagram. Now here animal is a base class, dog is the child class of the base class animal. It inherits the properties of animal as well as the methods of animal. Again, dog acts like a parent class to the class puppy, which is a derived class. Now, let me explain this with the help of a program. We know animal is a class and it is a base class. It has a method sleep because all animals sleeps. Similarly, dog is a class. Dog is an animal, so it inherits the properties sleep of the animal class. That is a method of the animal class by using the word extends. As well as it has a method known as bark. Similarly, puppy is a class. Now puppy is the derived class whose base class is dog. So here dog acts like a base class. So dog is the intermediary class. It sometimes become a base class, sometimes become a derived class. So dog has a method known as bark. It has derived another method from the class animal, that is, the method is slip, and the puppy derives both the methods of dog, that is bark and slip. It has its own method jump. So the output of this program will be puppies jumping, the dog barks, and all animals sleep. So it has all the properties of the parent class as well as the unique property of the derived class. So this is multi-level inheritance. We can say the following points. That is, extent keyword is used to create a new class or derived class with public properties of superclass. Private properties of superclass or the parent class are not inherited by the child class. Java does not support multiple inheritance. Inheritance represents is a relationship, and this is also known as parent-child relationship. If we want to stop the inheritance of properties of one class, then we can use the keyword final. So final keyword is used to stop inheriting the properties of one class to another.